everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my acne story, everything that went down with acne, whatever I had to go through, and my doctor's experience and such things. So this is just going to be like a chit chat video. There are absolutely no medicines mentioned or prescriptions mentioned. Let me just tell that up front. I don't want you guys to see the whole video and be like, oh, she did not give me a solution for my acne. It's just my acne story, and maybe you guys can learn a thing or two from this. So let's jump right into the video. So to start it off, I wasn't one of those people who had really bad acne when they were in their teens or when they were growing up. I never had acne. I had really clear skin all throughout my teen years, and even when I was in my early 20s, when I just went into college or when I was finishing off my post-graduation, I still had really clear skin. So what happened was I used to get a pimple every now and then, and I had this habit of just poking it with a pin and just destroying that pimple. So I used to always do that, but other than that there was no major skin issues that I had at all growing up. So I never had acne, and things actually just changed when I hit 25. So what changed was in my early adult life, when I hit 25, all of a sudden, I don't know from where, I started getting these pimples, and they were not just a pimple that would come, say, because of your menstrual cycle or something like that. These pimples were just out of nowhere, and they just started infesting my whole face. It was so bad. I had acne all over here, everywhere, and I had bad acne on my forehead. Let me tell you, the acne on the forehead is the worst kind of acne ever, because even this acne, right, it can look a little okay, but the acne on your forehead makes you look super ugly, and it was so bad. And then I used to get, every now and then I used to get acne over here also, and the only place that I didn't have acne on my face was above my eyelids. That's it. Other than that, my whole face was infested with acne. So it bothered me a lot, but initially I was it came from somewhere, it's gonna go to that same place, I'm not gonna do anything about it. So I had this I don't care sort of an attitude, but it did get worse. It got worse, and it started spreading. And you know what, the thing about acne is, it's not just the fact that it looks ugly, but it's also the fact that it's very, very painful. So even when I try to sleep, right, I can't just sleep on this side of my face, or it would just pain so much, and it used to be so painful, and that hurt me a lot. And also I kind of stopped wearing any sort of makeup, which I would never do a lot of makeup back then. It would just be kajal, or every now and then I would do foundation, and I would go to work, and it was just work makeup, so it wasn't too much or anything. But even then I just completely stopped wearing makeup, and that sort of when you have really, really bad acne or skin problems, it kind of destroys your self-confidence. But for me though, I was very headstrong, so I was you know what, it's gonna go away. So it didn't bother me for a really long time. So for about 5 months I never really did anything, and then people started telling me directly you have really bad acne, and that was that hurt me, man. That was the worst, because I had accepted how I looked, but people in church, they would just come up and be why don't you put some turmeric powder, why don't you put some chili powder, they would start giving all these DIY face masks and all of those things, and I was wow, so it's actually that bad that people are actually really bothered about how I look. So it's actually super bad, right? And then there's this one close family member who had been visiting us, and she was no girl, you need to go get your face sorted. No, this is super bad. So I'm the kind of person who wouldn't spend a lot of money unnecessarily. For me, that's just too much. I don't know how people go to the doctor and just spend crazy amounts of money, until otherwise it's for it's for a genuine reason. I would never spend a lot of money. So the fact that I had to go meet a dermatologist, I was oh no, she's gonna write me a huge bill. And let me tell you, the bill was huge for me. It might not be for many of you out there, it might not be a huge bill for you guys, but for me personally, spending that much money was like a lot for me. Especially back then, I wasn't earning a lot of money, so it was like, it was a lot for me. I didn't ask my dad, I never asked my mom for any money. I spent my own money. So for me to actually spend that kind of money, it sort of hurt me. But anyway, so I went to this doctor. The doctor's name is Anama John, and she's from Coimbatore. So I went to her, and she's a really good doctor, you guys. Like, if you have any sort of skin issues or anything, like, please just go to her. If you're from Coimbatore, just go to her, because she is amazing. And when I went to her, she took like very less time to just examine me, and she just gave me a few medicines. She gave me like a tablet. So what the tablet does, it kills all the acne causing bacteria in your stomach, right? So once you eat it, it kills all the acne causing bacteria. And also what it does is it sort of like dries up your skin. And the second thing that she gave me was a gel, which is like a clear gel, right? So many of you who are suffering from acne, you would have used this clear gel. So the clear gel, you can apply it everywhere, you know, like around your acne, on your skin. It's not a problem. And then she gave me another medicine which kind of like burns the skin on top of the acne. So I initially, when I got it from her, the nurse did tell me like, don't wear, I mean, like, just put it on top of the pimple, don't put it all over your skin. But me, right, I was like so eager to beat the acne out of my face, I put it everywhere. So what this medicine does is it burns your skin, and then the skin starts to peel and fall off, right? So this whole area on my cheek peeled and it fell off. So I started getting scared, because I was just scared that this part of my cheek would be like really white and the rest of my face would be like skin color. So I was like really scared that I just screwed up my skin. But that's just the top layer of your skin peeling off and a fresh layer of skin coming on top. So this happened, and she also recommended a face wash, which I got. So I did this for like the next 3 months. So 5 months plus another 3 months, so that's 8 months. So when I did this, you guys, I swear, like, my pimples, they went away, but they didn't go away to like, they didn't just disappear, vanish completely, but they did go away. So my acne was gone, not considerably, it wasn't a lot. So I did proper follow-ups with the doctor. I went back, and initially the amount of money that I paid was like 1,000 something. Then I had to pay like another 1,000. Then I had to pay like another 1,000. So all in all, I spent around like maximum like 4,000 rupees. That's it. That's all I spent. I just spent 4,000 rupees. That's it, which is a very small and minute amount when compared to what a lot of people pay to like celebrities, skincare specialists, and blah 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 and all of that. It's a really small amount, but for me, way back then and even now, like 4,000 is like, it's just crazy, man. Like, if people ever told me you would have to spend so much for a skin doctor, I'll be like, hell no. I mean, like, I'm gonna get rid of my pimples by myself, you know. I'm that kind of a person. So personally, for me, back then it was a huge amount. So I did anyway, I did proper follow-ups, and my acne went away, but then it left really bad pimple marks. So there were like really black spots everywhere. So I'm gonna try and find pictures and insert it wherever possible, because I don't have a lot of pictures from, you know, back then, because I really did just stop taking pictures. I love taking pictures, and I was the kind of person who would take a lot of pictures, but I just stopped taking pictures because it did spoil, you know, like it kind of like just took away all the confidence, and I didn't want to like put a lot of filters and take pictures or anything. So I just kind of just stopped taking pictures. So I had these marks on my face. So when I went to the doctor for the last time, what she told me was, she gave me a medicine. I mean, it's like a cream, and she told me that, you know, to just apply the cream wherever the marks are. And she also suggested that she could do a chemical peel on my skin. So what chemical peeling does is it take this layer of skin again, and you know, the marks won't be shown. And in my head, that didn't translate, you know, it didn't just sit right with me to do a chemical peel and you know, get rid of like all my skin. So, and personally it wasn't right for me, right? So, and also the cream that she gave me, right, for the marks, it was sort of a cream that reduces the melanin content over there, just to get rid of the black spots. But also that was also not something that I was forward for. Like, for me, that wasn't something that I would do personally. So I came home, I just gave the cream away. It was like 800 rupees. The cream was really pricey, you guys, but I bought it anyway. But I came home and I just gave it to a friend. I said, I'm not going to be using it, but if you're into skin lightening and all of those things, like, go ahead and have it. I'm not going to use it on me personally. So I just gave that away, and I just let my skin be itself. So it took another few more months. So for over a year, I had acne, and I suffered from the after effects of getting rid of the acne. So after a few months, my skin repaired itself, and all the black spots and everything, it just went away. And my forehead, it feels smooth, and it feels like a forehead, you guys. Otherwise it would just be bumps and bumps and bumps. And even if I try to get my eyebrows done, right, even if I try to get threading on my eyebrows, I can't, because the pimples would just hurt. They'll be everywhere. And also people would feel disgusted to come close and like touch it or anything. And it's just a huge problem, you guys. It's painful. So anyway, so that's how I got rid of my acne. So if you are suffering from acne, then I'm not going to give you any sort of like on-spot medicine to like treat your acne, but I would definitely suggest find a sensible dermatologist and then go meet them, especially the ones who are old. Don't go to some newbie doctor who's just opened her like her clinic, or just don't go to a doctor who's like who are just Instagram famous. Just don't go to people like that. Go to doctors who will definitely just look into the problem and just treat the problem, rather than just selling you whatever new stuff they've got. Just be very careful about it. Don't fall a prey to all these Instagram famous people, or to just people who are just being very well advertised. Because more than often I've seen people complain that they have been like a slave to the medicines that they give, rather than actually getting a solution. So don't spend a lot of money. Don't go to doctors who would just steal all the money in your pocket. So go to like somebody who's really old, who knows their craft, who's been in the industry for a long time. And when you go there, just clearly tell them, so these are my issues, I need them gone. Okay, so I'm not going to be spending a lot of money on this, and I need my problem solved, and only if I see results can I move forward. So just be very clear to them and just tell them, because it's your money, it's your face, it's your life. Don't risk it. Like just be sensible and just tell them, these are my issues and these are the results that I'm expecting. And as a doctor's job is to heal you, and it's to really understand you, and not to do research or not to make a lot of money off of you, because end of the day their job is to heal you and give you that healing. And really just go to a doctor who has that sort of maturity, who has that sort of moral. Just go to people like that. So there is this one brand, you guys, that I do want to talk about, because it has this anti-acne cream that's really helped me, like after I got rid of the acne, to really just maintain my skin. And any sort of new acne that comes on my skin, I just apply a little bit of this cream and the acne goes away. So it is super cheap, and I just want to talk about that one brand. So the brand is Vadi Cosmetics, you guys, and this cream costs about 30 rupees. That's it. So I was on Nykaa ordering a few makeup stuff, and then when I saw that I had to add a little bit extra for free shipping, that's when this came suggested. And just to try it out, I just bought this cream. So it's the anti-acne cream. It has clove, neem, tea tree extracts and all of those things. It's by Vadi Herbal. So what I do is, when I have any sorts of spots on my skin, right, and I know that a pimple is going to come, that's when I take a little bit of this cream. Let me just show you. Oh, this is actually a fresh one. I kind of have like three tubes of this, because it's so good, and I don't want to like run out of it, and I don't want it to go out of stock. And because it's not so famous, right, like I don't want to miss it, so I kind of have three. But anyway, this is the one that I'm using. So I take a little bit of the cream, as you can see, and anywhere I have a spot, I've got one over here right now, I just put a little bit on top of it, and then I just blend it into my skin. I do it in the night time usually, not to a point where I cannot see the cream anymore, but I just kind of like put a lot in that spot alone. And for the rest of my skin, I would use like the rest of my skincare, and except on the spot where I've got a pimple, I just apply this cream. And in the mornings, the skin is like, the pimple is gone back, the pain has gone back, and it's reduced. And when you apply it on an everyday basis, right, especially on the spots, it really gets rid of the pimples in that spots. But other than that, I wouldn't really recommend using this every single day, because it kind of gets your skin very sticky, and it also makes my skin feel a little dry, because it has their anti-acne properties, right? But then again, if you feel like you're going to get a pimple, or if it's that time of the month when you actually get a pimple, then I would definitely suggest that you wear this cream before. And then like, you can just be prepared, like wear this cream 2 to 3 days in advance, so that you can really just control your pimple altogether. So guys, on that note, we've come to an end of my acne story. So I really hope it helped at least one of you guys, just listen to what I had to say. I know I never gave any sort of prescriptions or anything like that, but it's not advisable to just, every skin type is different, every person is different, the stress that you're going through, or the things that you face through on an everyday basis, the amount of pollution that you go through, everything is different. So that's the reason I recommend going to a doctor, getting your skin checked, and then then really just work on other sort of like creams or face masks or stuff like that. If you really have an acne problem, just go meet the doctor. I know it's a little pricey, but save up, go to the doctor. It's your skin, it's the largest organ on your body. You'll never regret like saving your skin. And also, the only reason that makeup actually looks really good on your skin is when you have really good skin. Makeup looks good when the skin is already good. So the first thing that actually needs to be in place is actually really good skin, and then only you could go into other things. So on that note, I would also like to say that it's not like I don't suffer from pimples anymore. I get pimples even now, but that's really rare, like one over here, one over here, and it's not a huge botheration. And also, personally, just for me as a person who I am, I just feel like even if the pimples came back, I just know that they're going to go away, because out of nowhere I got the pimples and it really just bothered me. So I know that they can come back, and the key is to just be prepared. So until I see you in my next video, if you have any tips or tricks for acne, or if you have any sort of recommendations or any sort of face mask that you would use for an acne problem, just type them down in the comments. And also give this video a like if you really like this video, and also please share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. Until I see you in my next video, bye bye.